Good morning, pregame crew. It is Monday, September 25th, 2023, 6:21 a.m. Mountain Time, 8:21 a.m. Eastern. Welcome to the show. Thank you for being here. And you're like, you're a liar. You said you're going live at 8:30. Well, yeah, I do lie because I like to jump on here early because I'm addicted to y'all and the show. And I want to get my voice warmed up, my TA muscles warmed up, and say hello to my friends. Audio visual check, please. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Good morning, Shake and Bake, Greg, Andre, Sir Fernando, Nugget, Marvin, Clifton, Hector, Q. I'll just call you Q, okay, so I don't mess up your name. Bilo, hey Lisa, Gino, Tom, Chris, Ann, Topher. Hey Curtis, B-Hawk. All good, thank you, Carlos. Basque. Scotty, Card Lady, Mary, Jody. Yo, Bennett. Thank you, Ann. Thank you, Bennett. All right, let me go back up. Y'all have any chart requests? You know how, what is it, the Taylor Swift Eras tour, and you're in your hot girl era or whatever? Well, I'm in my commodities era, which I think I've been in that era since I started trading, but I'm definitely more into commodities than I have been in a while. Oh, my girl, Nugget, thank you. You're welcome, Chris. Tesla's my #1 watch today, so if y'all want me to shorthand my long notes, I am watching Tesla like a hawk. I don't like to make, I don't like to make predictions, and I'll say oil to $100. And Friday, I know I did predictions, but Tesla could definitely see 238. We're looking for a weekly higher low compared to 212. It has enough room for that. 4 hour is oversold, RSI 22. While you're looking for a weekly higher low with 4 hour oversold, gapping down, yes, please come to mama. I feel like I'm clapping like Hercules, like come on. This is a beach ball trade. And if you've been around these parts, you know what I mean by the beach ball trade. It's like the bears try to push the beach ball underwater. And when you're so oversold on RSI and you're looking for that weekly higher low, it's a good area to go. And then you get that pop and that force because you can't keep that beach ball underwater. And that's what I'm visualizing for Tesla. Now, Tesla does have deliveries coming out in a week. And some of the predictions are that they're going to miss. And also Kathy Wood sold 170,000 shares of Tesla last week. So it does have some news related around this. So RSI doesn't matter as much. However, it's my #1 watch today. You got to call this King, Queen, Bazooka of the Mountain. Let's call it the Bazooka. Of course, Scotty, you can request whatever. Yep, success is inevitable. ENPH and Disney, let's add it to the dumpster diving list. Where's our dumpster diving list? Didn't we have one? Y'all watched me create a dumpster diving list last week. What did I do with it? I must have deleted it by accident. Bitcoin. So I don't go over into crypto channel a lot, but on Saturday I typed that Bitcoin hourly squeeze is a high compression squeeze, meaning we're likely to have incoming volatility, high probability of getting follow through. And it would surprise me if we didn't get the fireworks. Well, we got the fireworks. So here, look at this high compression squeeze over here. And it was such a dirty little fake out, but it did not break resistance at 742. So I don't think it was that dirty. It hit resistance, missed it by $11, and then down she went. And we're bouncing down here at 26,000 psychological. But Bitcoin is subject to the same fate as the market, I believe. We just have some bearish overhang with the FOMC last week and Powell's comments. And this week we have PCE. Oh, I didn't bring down that calendar. This week we have consumer confidence, we have GDP, and we have Powell speaking on Thursday and PCE on Friday. So let's see if he can reverse some of his hawkish sentiment, but right now it's not looking so hot. All right. XAU. So I go over gold every day. I know you want these levels. We have second daily inside bar forming. So gold is just having a really tough time with the dollar strength. It's like the metals want to be bullish so badly. And I still have a long on gold. So I have 25% of my position left on gold. And I have been posting in chat my entry and exits. So on Friday, I exited one contract 1936 to 1947.60, and I have one contract left. So I like gold, and it's as if gold wants to get going and silver wants to get going, but the dollar just keeps holding it back. So let's see if we can get a 4-hour trend change. We're still looking for a daily low or high compared to 1947. So you will have to sit through some consolidation if you're a long. Odds favorite, I should say. Yep, building permits tomorrow as well. I didn't read them all off, but those are all the 3-star events right there. Okay. Nike got a downgrade this morning from 150. See, I just saw it. Nike downgrades to a hold from a buy. Price target was $140 and now it's $100. So they are whacking on Nike. And it's already oversold on the daily. And this gap down will make it oversold most likely on the weekly. Your next support, you're looking down at 87.61. I think we'll get a bounce. We will get a bounce. Just when and how much? It's just not right now. Like, this is the worst time for them to downgrade it because it's already beat up, but they're still getting some action on it. Paul, I don't think we'll see Tesla 108 again this year. I don't see it happening, but anything can happen. This chart is a mess. This weekly inside bar last week, 81.20 is your key support to hold. Disney's getting a little green. The writer's strike is helping Netflix and Disney, but still not looking super healthy. Daily is not oversold anymore. Weekly is not. Monthly is not. So we did get that dead cat bounce back here. Maybe a long against 81.20 for a scalp on this writer news. Maybe could work. All right. Good morning. I haven't covered Labu. XBI, as long as it's holding monthly support of 72.44. You see that little triangle right there? That's where I will exit. You see my alert? Exit Labu. So created. So here are my 3. I will exit gold. If 1932 is lost on GC, I will exit my soybean long. If 1290 is lost, I will exit my Labu if 72.40 is lost. And those are my active positions right now. Okay. Y'all ready to get started? Let's do this thing. There are 200 of you online right now and only 58 likes. If you could hit that like button, that'd be wonderful. Well, good morning. This is who I am. I'm Chart Gal Lori, and I'm part of the Chart Guys community, and we teach technical analysis. If you want to give me a follow on Twitter, at Chart Gal Lori, that would be lovely. What I do here every morning is I go over the economic calendar, which we have a lot this week, but it's not like Amazon or Apple earnings or FOMC, but Powell is speaking on Thursday, and PCE can be a huge economic data point for FOMC. I then show you my table, which, surprise, it's all bearish. And then I have my notes off screen, and I copy and paste those for TCG members when I am done. All right. We have to revisit Friday before I take this off my screen. This is the first time I had ever done this for y'all, and I typed this out, or this vertical line over in here during the pregame show right here. And I said I was looking for a dead cat bounce. Here was the data, from the data until the European close, and then I would look for a reversal because we had a 4-hour bear flag as the most likely scenario. And man, was that just perfection. I'm going to take it off my screen now, but man, that was the best sequencing I've ever laid out on this show. I was really happy. Considering I wasn't on my A game last week, I felt like I was off, but that felt good. Of course, I'm overly cautious with Tesla because I'm counter trend trading. So counter trend trading, you have a higher probability of getting stopped out. The risk to reward is better because I'm right down here by support. So if I nail the bottom, then that could be a great reward. But if I get in too soon and I don't wait for bulls to show me that they're buying it, then yes, I could totally get stopped out. It happens all the time. Best Loser Wins, Tom Hogarth. Again, best trading book I've ever read in my life. We have to be so good at losing as a trader. You have to be so good at it. You can't have bruised ego, none of that. So yes, I am looking for a Tesla long, and I can't wait for the market to open. But if I get stopped out, I get stopped out. It's just part of it. All right, let's talk about the biggest elephant in the room. Weekly support on NASDAQ, 804.25, 14,804.25. Overnight, we broke that by $7. $7 on a almost $15,000 instrument is not a bear break. So I'm still calling this, no, not that, this. Weekly support, double bottom for now. If we go break it again, then I'm not going to be as optimistic and give the bulls any slack after this one break. That's it. That's all you get. You go break it again, then I'm looking more bearish. Apple, we have our second weekly inside bar last week closed inside. We have double weekly inside bars on Apple. We're holding our key support. As long as 171.96 holds, then we have the opportunity to get a weekly higher low. And Microsoft. Our support is down at 311.55. 311.55, we get a weekly higher low as long as we hold that low. Those are the three key charts, in my opinion, that are telling me that, hey, we could get a bounce today. And also VIX. Let me get back up here to VIX. This is a biggie for me. I'll draw that line again later. Do y'all see this weekly resistance right here on VIX? VIX is not even over $20 yet. We're not in real fear till VIX gets over $20. So we are breaking this resistance line right now, but this candle just opened. We have until Friday to get back below. So this will be a key metric for me today. And then that other trend line was here that I was watching for VIX. So we'll see. They're getting a higher high right now. The bulls are on VIX. And I'm looking to see if this weekly resistance can hold. So let me type all that out. Okay, so for a bounce, we need NQ, hold, overnight low. Weekly double bottom. We need Apple, hold weekly support. We need Microsoft, hold weekly support. We need VIX to reject at weekly trend line. All right, and we need dollar to stay below 106. So there's the thesis. That's me going through every chart that I go through for the last few hours, just going through and saying, okay, what is lining up? Here are the data points that are lining up for a bounce. However, let me type something else out so y'all don't get it twisted. My approach today in the AM, aggressive bull. In the PM, I'm looking to be a conservative bear and look for reverse back burners to short. Because we didn't have a lot change overnight for the bulls. It's still bear. We're living in a bear world. It's a bear world and we're just living in it. So I'm looking aggressive, super aggressive bull this morning and then bear in the afternoon. Hey, Joka. Yep. All right, let's go back to our indices. Let me turn this off. That's taking up too much real estate. All right, back to ES. ES lost the weekly support. There is no questioning that it lost the weekly support. Let's look at the monthly. I did this weekend and it kind of bothered me. I didn't like where I drew my lines, but above, let's say 4,300 keeps the monthly consolidation healthy. Anything above 4,300. 15-minute overbought conditions, it's going to be our friend. Okay, it's our friend for potential top fish setups. And maybe even 5-minute overbought, we'll see. But your next support, I should give you that. Your next support below the low of overnight, you're really looking down at 4,300. So 43, 43.50, and then 4,300 would be your next support. We're looking for bounces to short because a daily lower high is the more likely scenario. On NASDAQ, a NASDAQ daily lower high is the more likely scenario. So we have to just stay with those more likely scenarios on a bounce. But I don't want to short in the hole. And I feel like if we're shorting down here, we're shorting in the hole. RTY. Okay, RTY is really beat up. So let me show you with IWM. We are gapping down this morning. I like this gap down for a buy. Look at this gap over here, 175.75. So we fill the gap at 175.75 and we're gapping down. We're at 176.04. We're 29 cents from filling that gap. I could add this data point to my list over there that I just typed for you on why I'm looking for a bounce. IWM fills that gap at 175.75 and that could provide it some bounce relief. We're oversold on the daily. We're oversold on the 4-hour. Hourly is not oversold there. Let's see, are we on it? The futures. Futures is approaching oversold on RTY as well. So I'm looking for a bounce in IWM, just a small bounce, just a counter trend dead cat bounce trade. All right, Dow. Your next support on Dow is 34123, and we double bottom with it last night. 34123. You don't want to lose that level. And we get a monthly higher low, anything over 33233. So let's see if the Dow breaks this key resistance or does it hold this double bottom. All right, I talked to you about VIX. Hang Seng was down 1.82% overnight. DAX is down 1.1%. Yes. No, Paul, just the first half of the day, I'm an aggressive bull. Second half of the day, I'm going to be a conservative bear. So AM, PM, don't think of it as general time frames. Just the first half of the session, I'm going to be looking to buy dips. And the second half of the session, I'm looking to sell rips. Okay, Bitcoin, trying to hold this 26,000 psychological. Bounces are for shorting. I don't have any long interest in Bitcoin whatsoever. Y'all, if I tell y'all I'm looking aggressive bull, that doesn't mean I'm going to put on a trade. It could not set up. It could just, everything could fall apart. The trade, NASDAQ if NASDAQ loses support, do you think I'm going to be buying Tesla gap down? No. There's so many things that have to line up just right for me to take the trade. And then if I take it, it still could just not work. And then what happens? I get stopped out. No big deal. No big deal. Say it with me. All right, daily downtrend on Ethereum. Bounces are for shorting. Dollar. We are at hourly resistance. We still haven't gotten through this 105.88. Right here. We did get a monthly bull break, but this 105.88 is the resistance. And I think market bulls have a chance to bounce as long as that resistance holds overhead on the dollar. But that resistance has to hold for the market to bounce, and it has to hold for gold thesis to work out. So it's all these if-then statements. We have a chain reaction. Think of trades as we have all these context and nuances. It's this chain reaction that has to set up just right in order for the trade idea to work. Gold's looking good. Resistance 1946.80. And I'm going to blow y'all's doors off with another trade idea. Y'all are not even going to believe it. What is the last name? I'll ask y'all for fun. What is the last name that you would anticipate for me to say trade long? What name do I have complete disdain for? So I'll give you time to answer, and I'll keep going on oil. I am bearish oil. I told y'all last week I'm bearish oil, and that's just more shorter term because of these upper wicks of profit taking. And look at this bear volume. Yep, Duke the Fool, you got it. Nat gas. Patrick, Donald, shake and bake. Well, at least y'all listen, and I'm if nothing consistent. Oh, y'all are cracking me up. Okay, so this high bear volume, it's nice to laugh again, huh? High bear volume on oil with these upper wicks of profit taking, that has me looking bearish. Have this little 4-hour head and shoulders. 89.31 is your support. This chart is beautiful. There's nothing wrong with this chart. I would love to buy a pullback weekly higher low. We need to get that higher low. We haven't even dipped below 88.37. I love it. Gosh, y'all know me so well. All right, so oil, I am bearish oil. NG, let me show you this cool little handy dandy. Y'all look at this 50 MA on the 3-day. I know that's an odd time frame for me to show you, but y'all look at this squeeze that's happening here while we are getting stuck underneath that 50 MA on the 3-day. I am looking for a potential bounce. We have our second daily inside bar. We have a double bottom at 2595 and 260. This is just so intriguing right here. Look at the 50 RSI. It has been below the 50 RSI on the 3-day chart for a whole year. Let's go do an alert on RSI. I want to know if RSI crosses 50. On that gas, you see that squeeze and that type of compression? That's what gets my attention, is that compression. And I want to think of it like a laundry chute, or like at Walgreens, they have that little tube system, and then it just pushes it out. That's what I'm seeing, is we got this tube, and the TTM squeeze is actually when the Keltner channels, do I have them right here? No. It is when the Bollinger Bands come inside the Keltner channel, and then I'm going to show you, I need to. So you see it, Bollinger Bands, Keltner. Would help if I spell it right. So let me change the Bollinger Bands to purple. Okay, do y'all see how the Bollinger Bands came inside the Keltner channel? Do you see that? That causes major compression. Look how constricted those purple lines are. It's super constricted. So I'm just looking for it to push it out. So, or maybe a mama delivering a baby is another good, it's a terrible viewpoint, but I really like it. I think this could be a great trade going into the winter. And we just rejected here at this hourly EQ. I just posted this EQ that we were testing resistance. We rejected. We've got to hold 2595. So I'm just going to be watching it, not taking a trade today on it. I doubt it. Probably not taking a trade on it for a few days, maybe even a few weeks, but I'm watching that 3-day chart on nat gas. All right, and then I might as well cover soy here. I don't know, Dominic. Off the top, LNG is a nat gas name. They pedal nat gas, which their chart looks way healthier than NG does. Yeah, LNG, I guess, Cheniere Energy. Oh, okay. Brad, I would love for Chewy to get a dead cat bounce, but man, we just can't pray it into existence, you know? All right, soy. Soy, we're looking for a weekly higher low compared to 1282. Odds favorite doesn't mean we're going to get it. I am long soy against 1280. Well, actually against this morning's low. 1290 is my stop right below it. 1282 keeps a weekly higher low in play, and I've been watching this 4-hour downtrend that's super clear. You don't even have to be a trend line trader to see that this is super clear. So we got the higher high on the hourly, and I'm looking for a potential higher low and get that weekly higher low. May not work out. If I get stopped out, I lose $250 exactly. So I'm okay with that. All right. Apple. Double weekly inside bars, key chart. Key chart. We are not gapping down on Apple. That's good for the market. That should help a bounce. We're not gapping down on Apple. Amazon, we're not gapping down. We're still inside Friday's range. However, if we were to lose Friday's low, that could be a short. So I know you're like, what? Huh? Tesla's already lost Friday's low, and I'm looking for that gap down buy. But Amazon, if it were to lose Friday's low, it's going down in a more gingerly pace, and that's it. I have more meat left on the bone. Somebody's really trying to talk to me. I got 10 messages. Okay. Amazon, I don't have a trade set up on it. Let's see what I wrote in my notes. Oh, potential. I don't know if I like that anymore. It was looking kind of Adam and Eve-ish this morning for a potential bullish reversal pattern, but I'm not sold on that. NVIDIA, weekly still holding support. This hourly 50 MA is just giving bulls a pure headache. But they're opening up above Friday's low. As long as we keep Friday's low of support, we could possibly get a bounce going. And I'm looking for bounces up into the daily 8 EMA. That's it. I'm not looking for structure changes. That would mean we'd have to take out 459.87, and that is a low probability without news. So NVIDIA, I'm not trading. It's opening up within Friday's range, and I love the Tesla gap down. We have support here. We're looking for a weekly higher low on Tesla, and 4-hour is oversold. That's where you go scouting those higher lows. So we'll see if we get it. And let me show y'all. So I have a long right now on TSLL that I initiated. TSLL, $14.63 is my average, and I have a third of the position that I want. And then I will add to that position. If it drops lower, I will add 2 more times. And I'm looking for 240 to hold. Below 240, I think it's just a bad idea in general, and I need to back away from it. Even if it break 240 by 15 cents and bounce, that would be great. But not much below 240 would I tolerate. We're opening just above Friday's low here on Google. Okay, Google, quarterly low or high is the more likely scenario. Do y'all see that? On the 3-month chart, that low or high is the more likely scenario. Monthly, we looked above and failed. Weekly, we're looking for a higher low. I want to bounce, so let me set this up the way I want it. I would love a reverse back burner on Google to short the first hourly overbought after this drop. If we were to bounce enough to get hourly overbought, I would like to take that short for a swing. So this is more of a swing idea, and I can't short it down here. I have to wait for a bounce. IWM, already went over that trade idea. We have a gap at 175.75. I'm looking for this gap down to buy. We're filling this gap right here, 175.75. And it may not work out, and I'll smile and wave. We have a 9-day stair-step pattern on Netflix. Netflix is green because of the writer's strike. I think a pullback buy long on Netflix makes sense. PANW. We have this support here, 22632. I saw this morning. We came within 32 cents of that and bounced. So I like a long against that if we hold it. If we lose it, we're in trouble. We're looking down at 211.14 is where the next gap would fill. So, or the gap would fill. So it's all about 22632 for a high probability of getting stopped out, but a low risk trade idea. Microsoft, potential bottom fish on the weekly higher low compared to 311.55. And then I already went over my soy idea and I lost my chat. There y'all are. Microsoft, I like it for a potential weekly higher low. Yes, I've traded MSOS probably thousands of times in my life. Trading career. We are a primary MJ channel. That's how people found us initially. Was Dan is the, I think, and of course I'm bragging on my own partner, and he's my mentor. He is the #1 marijuana trader in the world, and that's not a small statement. That's a big statement, and it's true. So yes, we are very familiar with CGC, MSOS, and our room. So we have a daily inside bar breaking bull in pre-market. 854 bears will be waiting there. So I would not condone buying a gap up in this situation with the market weakness, but we'll see. 854, I'd be more comfortable shorting 854 than I would be going long here. Let's see, what's the news? Yeah, CGC it still has dilution galore. Yeah, CGC is up. It was up on Friday. Somebody asked me about it down here and I was trash talking it. Then it went up 9%. Well, guess what? I'm going to trash talk it some more because this has got a lot of dilution. Lots of bag holders. And what's the highest it's ever been? $59. That's disgusting. That is absolutely disgusting. Oh, my computer just froze. There are 320 of y'all and only 154 likes. If you could hit that like button, I'd appreciate it. So if you're in CGC long, here's my advice. I would stay in long as these 15-minute EMAs are supporting you. If we lose the 15-minute EMAs, I'd be out. And the same thing with MSOS, I would say 5-minute. As long as it's holding the 5-minute EMAs, I'd stay in long. So if you're already in, there's no reason to get out on this gap up unless it loses 5-minute EMAs. Visuals, if you rewind, I already looked at Bitcoin twice. I was looking at XOM. Did you ask me about this one, Hindenburg, last week? Because I had this on my chart. I think someone asked me about it. This head and shoulders really played out. I don't like XOM a lot down here because of where oil is. A super healthy chart. Weekly higher low is the more likely scenario. One of the prettier charts out there, but I would be waiting for a pullback buy. It may take 4-hour oversold to get it there. I don't know. It's slightly green, and oil, is it still weak? Yeah, and oil is red. I think it's going to be hard for XOM to have a green day with oil red, but we'll see. Overall, there's some of the best weekly charts out there, so I'm not trashing it on longer term time frames. All right. Yeah, UNG is a good one. Yep. I didn't talk about semis, but I'll talk about semis for you, Trey. They're gapping down slightly below, let's see. It's gapping down below Friday's low, just ever so slightly. Daily's not oversold. Oh, I had something else to say on oil. I need to finish up. This actually looks like an inverse head and shoulders on the 4-hour. I guess you could try along against Friday's low if we get up above it. And then oil, I wanted to show y'all the daily RSI. Another reason I've been picking on it. Look at the head and shoulders on RSI on oil. That made me look a little bearish, even more bearish on it. All right, that's it for me. Thank y'all for being here. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, notify button. Go give me a follow on Twitter at ChartGalLori. Just hit a button or punch a friend. Just kidding. Do good things out there and use stop losses.